keep it a cold case. God, please keep it a cold case. Man, I don't want no new friends. Forgive me for all of my sins. I don't wanna think about losing. All I wanna do is put 20 inside the seat. I pull up on you and I pocket your key. I pull up your pocket.
What's up, y'all? D No Wheel Drive 229 back at you again with another video. Been promising to continue the series that I started before all that stuff happened. So we're gonna keep going with the, how to get the car of your dreams, supercar, whatever it might be that you want to get at a young age, at an old age, at whatever age. Just some steps how I personally got there, and this, I know this is similar steps that Calvin took, so he can attest to it too. There are definitely faster ways, there are better ways. Like I said, this is just how I did it. So, you know what I'm saying, you can take it for what it's worth. So this is gonna be step number 2. We're gonna talk about credit today. Very important, just for your life. Even if you don't do any of the steps, you should probably have good credit. So we're gonna talk about that in just a second. First, I just wanna talk about the channel a little bit and where we're going. So first of all, how y'all liking the new addition to the channel? We got the Cayman GTS on the channel. So it seems like y'all liking it quite well. That video is doing amazing. If you haven't checked it out, go check out the video where we reveal the Cayman. We get a little car wash, just talk about it a little bit. There is another video that we shot. However, we shot it outdoors in a freaking parking deck. And the wind, the audio was kind of bad. You can understand what we're saying, but the audio is bad. But it's a really great video. So y'all, let me know if you want me to just go ahead and drop it, or if you would rather us redo it with better audio. I don't know. I don't really want to release like stuff like subpar quality stuff, but it is pretty good. It is pretty good content. So I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all want to see the extra Cayman video where we kind of dive more in depth of but we can always reshoot it again next weekend. So it's all good. Y'all let me know. So yeah, moving on from all that. Now we're gonna talk about credit. This is gonna be a very important step when you're going to get whatever it is, that you want, always wanted. So why is credit so important? First of all, if your car is reasonably of any expense, you're pretty much, if your credit is really bad, you're just not gonna get approved, period. You know what I'm saying? And if you do get approved, it's going to be for such a high interest rate that you're gonna waste money with higher payments because of interest. So that's the biggest reason why we want credit, is so that we can have access to things, first of all, and also access to them at very low cost to us, lower than the cost of inflation. And so just to go real quick into why you would even want to use credit, I know a lot of people believe in only buying cars cash. I've said this before, but the reason you would want to, it's up to you, everybody's different. It's not a debate about which one's better. The reason, the logic behind using credit is, or financing a car is, if you get it at like say 2, 1, 3%, that is less than inflation, and the money, you don't have to tie up all your money in the car, whereas you can invest it and get 10% back, which is 3 times as much as the interest that you would be paying. So why would you tie up your money in that? So that is the logic. I know plenty of people who could have afforded to buy the car straight up, but they did not. They financed it. So it's not retarded to finance a car. So let's get that out of the way. But let's say you do want to finance a car. Let's say you want that $60,000, I don't know. What's 60,000? Let's say you want an R8. Let's say you want like a 09 R8, one of the V8 ones. They dropped to like 70 grand. That's what you want. So in order to get it and not get killed on the interest rate, you're going to have good credit. Now, how good of a credit do you have to usually get approved for some of these loans, especially when you get into supercar territory, $100,000 and $200,000? Usually they say 700. 700 is definitely good. If you can get a 740, then you definitely be straight. You don't have to worry about anything. But as long as you have a 700, you should be good. And for like lower cars below like 50,000, even a 680, might be good sometimes. You might qualify for those prime loans. So you definitely just don't want to be subprime and you get into the double-digit interest rates. That's definitely not what you want. because at that point you're pretty much just wasting money, throwing money away. So the steps that I personally took to build my credit up, because that's what this is all about, just some things that you can do, just simple things that you can do to get into a position to where if you want to get whatever it is, maybe it's a house, car, whatever, you can do that. So here's what I did. I got a credit card at a pretty young age. I think I was 18 or 19, I can't remember. But it was small, it had to be secured. And I just, used it responsibly. I would buy something on it, pay it off in that month, the next month, buy something on it, and just use it like that. Now that's gonna help, but when you're financing a car, that's only gonna help a little bit. And we're gonna get into this more in another video that's gonna talk about how you have to level up with the amount of car you finance. We're not gonna get into that, but a credit card will help. But the most important thing in order to build your credit is to finance a car and make the payments on time. Because the bank wants to see that you have financed something significant, you know what I'm saying? So I got my first car at 19, it was an Acura. And I just made those payments every month. And after about a year, I had a 700 credit score, and it was literally that easy. Literally, you guys, having a good credit score is as easy as not missing payments, not being late. So what does that boil down to? Because that sounds easy, but what does it really mean when you miss payments or when you're late on payments? What does that really mean? It really means that you didn't plan out. Now, true, some unforeseen things can happen, but you have to plan for the unforeseen things too. So you need to plan and go well below your budget so that in case, you have a baby, or in case the freaking roof caves in and you have to retile the roof, or whatever you have to do to the roof, whatever it may be, you have to not stretch yourself out. You see what I'm saying? So really, credit basically just breaks down to planning. So have I budgeted correctly? Can I make these payments on time? Well, first of all, can I make these payments? And can I make them on time? And so first of all, you have to just make sure you can do it. Because a lot of people just, nothing changed. Like, you didn't lose your job, nothing happened, and you just didn't make the payments, or just irresponsible. So you have to be responsible. You have to calculate things out. Can I afford to make this payment on time every month? Not stretch it, not be check to check. So you have to be disciplined, be balanced, and plan. So if I can't afford that at this time, then I shouldn't get it. Notice when I was 19, I did not get AZ06 because I could not have, comfortably afforded it at that time. So I did not get it because that would have meant perhaps missing payments, late payments, which would have hurt my credit score. So basically this all goes down to, at a young age, being disciplined, planning, and preparing for a rainy day, a reasonably rainy day. Some stuff you can't prepare for, and bad things do happen. You can get suddenly laid off. But if you have certain types of jobs, you have to plan for that. Certain types of jobs, you might get, like if you're a seasonal construction worker, you know what the deal is, you know what I'm saying? If you're in, like, say, one of the healthcare, you're probably not gonna get laid off, you know what I'm saying? So it just depends on your situation, but you have to plan and budget correctly. That's basically what this all breaks down to, is kind of just planning and not being an idiot. I don't really know how else to say it, but it's basic math. How much money do I have coming in? How much am I spending? The latter needs to be less. You see what I'm saying? You need to be spending less than you earn. That's it. I don't need to be charging a lot to a credit card. It's gonna hurt your score, because that's another part of your credit score. So we'll talk about that briefly. Is you wanna have a utilization of 30% or less, which means if you have a limit of all your credit cards is 10,000, you wanna be 3,000 or less on all those credit cards. This will help your score significantly. I believe this is 35% of your FICO score. So once again, that goes back to planning and being reasonable. Why are you having to charge so much to use more than 30%? You see what I'm saying? Once again, things come up, and I understand. I've charged more than that before, on my credit card, but I was always pretty scared of credit cards, so I never really went crazy with them. But a lot of people don't mind spending and just naturally are spenders, so you have to even more so be careful. But you have to plan and limit how much you're going to put on those credit cards. Or even with the purchasing of whatever, you have to make payments on a washer and dryer, whatever it might be. Can I afford it? Can I make these payments on time? You know, am I going out and getting a pair of new J's rather than paying this bill on time? You see what I'm saying? Am I getting stuff cut off, defaulted on? Because see, once you default on stuff, then you're really, you know, you're really screwed for a while. So that's the biggest thing, is planning. That's my advice personally for credit. If you plan correctly, budget correctly, and understand the math, because it's simple math, spend less than you make. If you do that, and don't even make it close, if you do that, then you will have good credit. You will be, you know, pretty successful in life, because those basic tips or those basic fundamentals kind of help you to go far in life. See what I'm saying? So when you're disciplined, it helps in every aspect of your life. So that would be my recommendation. Keep your credit utilization low. Go ahead and get a car whenever you're ready, so don't rush it, but whenever you're ready, get a car, get a lower car that you can definitely afford, and, you know, make those payments on time for about a year, and you'll be good to go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty simple. Now, getting into the credit repair stuff, and if you have made mistakes, I'm not an expert on that, so I'm not even gonna try to really go into that. I'm not an expert on credit repair. I'm sure there are other videos on that, so you might have to go check them out. But my guess would be to start making your payments on time, and to start, you know, not missing payments, stop defaulting. You know, and the biggest thing is your credit utilization, so that can be quickly turned around. So say you do have like $9,000 on your $10,000 limit. If you pay off that, you know, $6,000, get it down below 30, down below 3,000, 30%, then you will see an increase quickly of like sometimes 50 points on your FICO score. So that can be fixed quickly if utilization is the reason why your credit score is low. But if the reason your credit score is low is because you've missed payments and stuff, that's just gonna take time to go away. And I know you can debate some of them sometimes and get them taken off, so yeah. And the other portion of it is just time. So, you know, it just takes a while, and you have to have a certain number of accounts open in order to get up into the 800s and stuff. But as long as you have a 700, you will be fine. 740, you'll be super straight. And yeah, you can walk to that dealership and get whatever it is that you want. So yeah, that was just my brief spiel on credit. Like I said, we were just doing some steps to get you there, get you in whatever you're trying to get. You know, like I said, you know, we got more stuff coming. We got Cayman videos, we got a Porsche, we got a Vet. It is lit. Yeah, y'all comment below. So comment below, let us know how you got your credit score good. If it's good, if it's bad, let us know how you plan to turn things around. So that's what we gonna comment on below in this one. But yeah, that's D No Wheel Drive. Like I said, we got more videos to come. Cayman, Vet, Z06. It's lit, y'all. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay tuned for the next step. Probably coming out next week, because we're gonna do some other stuff with the cars later. We're only gonna do one like financial video a week. So yeah, y'all have a good one. D No Wheel Drive 229.